Hello, this is the Mega Construx Halo Banished Banshee Brawl set. And after a long string of Halo line sets that have been just good, you know, okay to good, occasionally pretty good, but nothing really stand out, this is a standout set, at least in my opinion. This is something truly special. It's not huge, you know, it doesn't have a tremendous shelf and display presence, but for its size, it is very exceptionally well done. Obviously, this is from Halo Wars 2 with the whole Banished thing going on. The design of the Halo Wars 2 Banshees is a little bit of a hybrid, in my opinion, between the Bungie era ones and the 343 era ones, with more of the 343 era fuselage with closer to a flat top, not as much rake to the rear section of it, and then a little bit more of the Bungie era wings here, just a little bit more spindly, I would say, a little bit more definition to the individual kind of sub-assemblies there. Durability with this is much better though than with the Bungie era Mega models of Banshees. The only thing that's a little bit tricky is when you are assembling the wings onto the fuselage, because it's built in, each one is built in two sub-assemblies, with this being one thing and then this being another. They're not very well connected down here, but once you snap them onto the fuselage itself, then they become much more secure and it's not something to worry about. Of course, this is a modern era set from Mega, so no stickers. Anything that looks like a decoration is a print, so you get on each side two of these smaller 1x2 actually different shaped slope pieces with the wear patterns on there. And there's also a smaller one up here with a different pattern I'll show you up more closely. The canopy main section is all one piece. That's done pretty well with two main paint applications. The silver went down, followed by the red, if I'm not mistaken. And they got some of the scratches in there, of course. Those are working shooters underneath, these two inboard ones, so those will actually fire off. They look good. They look like they are decorative, but they actually fire. They've got the triggers on the underside down here in the belly, and they're gunmetal gray, so you can barely even see them. They just look like a little bit of detail. So they add in some play value. Nice. Gosh, I love how those things fire off for how short they are. They have good accuracy, but adds in some play value without removing any display value. That's perfect. And then the outboard projectiles, one here and one over there, those are just spares that you can use. They're just attached with one clip each, so you can quickly pull them off and move them over to reload if you're in a play mode, or you can just leave them on there as you see right now, just to represent additional cannons that are able to fire off. This is a separate piece that gets placed in there. And yeah, this is built with both black and the darker of the Mega gunmetal grays. It has a little bit of metallic flake in it and some marbling. So black is marbled in with it to keep any of this from looking too plain or too clean. I think that it doesn't look all that great just on the very back of the torso. The back of the fuselage of the thing. I'm thinking of Covenant stuff as always being alive, but you know, just this area here to me doesn't look that great. But then I think it's fairly accurate. I don't spend a lot of time looking at the backs of Banshees. You know, I'm usually leading them off, so I don't look at that area on the first person stuff. I have not looked at these really up close in Wars 2, but I like what I see. The overall shaping is definitely right on. It's just dead on perfect. It does come with the stand, of course. This is Mega. They always include stands nowadays, or they usually include stands. Something to allow you to pose something if it doesn't have a set of landing gear. This does not. This is the simplest and thinnest of possible poles they could use, but it works. You know, it's a little wobbly if you walk around the house with really stompy feet, but there's no worry of it falling over. So everything works pretty well. There's a closer look at those prints on the wing pieces. They're pretty small, pretty nice looking prints. And then things get better when you open up the canopy and you have prints on the insides showing some kind of circuitry or circuitry diagrams on the sides. And then this is the actual control panel, and not heads up display, right? It's heads down display, and these are the control handles. So let me go ahead and put a figure in there. Wart. Yep, that works. Heads down display for sure. Okay, just makes a lot more sense to me now. He fits all right. Didn't take too much finger gymnastics to get him to actually get the hands onto the control handles on either side. So not bad, you know, especially for one of the newer, more bulky figures to fit into such a small space. It is designed well for him. Taking a closer look at that figure, it's a Banished Elite Miner in the default colors, as it should be. Has the paint application for the chest, and you see there's just a little bit of off there, a little extra brush on the side. But he also has a couple of paint applications on the helmet piece. So around the side there, they bring in the silver. Around this side, they bring in the silver as well. That helmet looks pretty good to me. I'm happy to see the jaw guards done nice and open like that. You know, they've stayed away from that in the harder plastic materials up to this point because it can be, you know, poor in durability to go with the harder, more brittle stuff. This type of material is used for the armor add-on pieces. But they pulled it off here. They did make it extra thick, but it's not too bad. I think that the proportions work out pretty well. It's got the Brute plasma rifle over here, and yeah, pretty good looking to me. And then there's this brand new Spartan laser mold from Mega. Nice and crisp, with a lot more depth than the one we had before. Just, you know, updated design. Holds with two hands there. Looks pretty good shouldered up, and it fits those long targeting laser pieces that they first brought out for the Call of Duty line. It's got a little bit of bow in it right now, but you can kind of straighten that out. It's a very thin piece. Fortunately, that's not as brittle as it appears. It won't break as easily as you would think. It does have some flexibility, but you don't want to like tie a knot with it or anything. But gosh, that looks so good. Oh man, the hole at the exit of the barrel there, if you can call it that, the emitter section, is larger at first, but then the actual hole that holds the laser piece in is the correct size, and it's just buried down deeper in there. This is good stuff. They just need to come up with an alternate version of that now. Actually, you know what? I just realized. No. Close but no cigar. Doesn't work. I was hoping that the standard peg size would fit into their standard bar size, but it doesn't. Dang it. Well, a little bit of glue you can make it work, custom stuff. But yeah, okay. So, I guess we'll just have to live with this for now in terms of the official pieces. But if you want to do some custom work, you can certainly make that look like it's firing. But I've just been talking about the weapon because it's the coolest thing to me. But this is a new variant of good old Mark IV Spartan 2. It's got the gray colored undersuit there. It's a medium gray color, and then silver color for the visor. It's the bright silver color. So yeah, it's a new setup. It's great to see, that we have all this nowadays compared to where the Halo line from Mega started with the far less articulated version of this. Essentially, this is this exact same figure. I like it. I think it looks good. I was worried that the gray would be a little bit too bright, but in my opinion, it's not. It's just different. There's something fresh about it to not have quite as much of the contrast between the undersuit and the actual armor pieces there. The arms are posed strangely there, but I think you get the idea, and you've seen all the actual detail of this thing. I never expected that I would be proud to display a Banshee in room 117 where I have all my Mega stuff set up. But this one I am very proud to display. It just looks that good. I've just never been that big of a fan of the design of Banshees in universe at all. They just don't really do anything for me, but this model looks better to me than my kind of mental image of any of the real, if you will, Banshees. It's just really nicely executed. It was an enjoyable building experience. I think I really got more appreciation for it by building it than you can get by looking at pictures or watching video of it, because like I said, it really does have a pretty good number of small pieces. It really feels like a genuine building experience. You do have this one huge preformed part for the top. Kind of needs to be like that though, otherwise it's not going to have enough room for a figure. You know, it's important. It needs to be specialized there, but the rest of the stuff is mostly stuff that we've seen before, and the prints are really good. The action feature, the play features, those two shooters are nicely integrated in there. Both of these figures are good as well. I feel like this set is just 100% all good. So that's all I've got to say about it. I hope that you enjoyed the video. Hope that you enjoyed having a look at this thing. Hope I showed you all the angles you wanted to see. I hope I didn't ramble too much. Who am I kidding? I definitely rambled too much. I always do. But I hope you enjoyed the video anyway. So thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon.